Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I am on and I am going to attempt to make a St. Patrick's Day wreath for my front door, and I just thought I would bring you along with me. I was needing to update my decor. I still have some Valentine's stuff out that I just put away, and so now I need something new on my front door to hang. So I have one of these 14-inch wreath forms from the Dollar Tree. And I bought this mesh from Michael's just a little bit ago, and it's 18 feet, and I'm hoping that my math is right, because there's 3 feet in a yard, and then a yard is 36 inches, so that would be 6 yards of mesh on this. And there's 6 sections in this wreath here between the vertical lines here, and so which leaves 36 inches per section. I calculated if I'm going to do 3 pieces on each section, I need to do 12-inch pieces of the mesh. So we'll see if that works. So what I'm going to do first is I'm doing it in the scrunch method, I guess, is what they call it's what I call it anyway. I don't know what everybody else calls it, but basically, so I did cut one piece of 12-inch so far, just to test it out. And this, what I call the scrunch method, is you just take it then and scrunch it up in the middle like this, and then use a pipe cleaner to twist it onto the wreath form. And so I'm going to do 3 of these with this wider deco mesh. This is 10-inch deco mesh. 3 sections of those, and then I have some white of the more narrow mesh. I have a little bit of leftover, this kind of lime green of that shorter deco mesh. I'm not sure how much that is. It looks like most of a roll, possibly. And then I have some of this tubing, mesh tubing that I've gotten at the Dollar Tree at one point or another. So those are all the things I'm going to use. I'm going to kind of fill in a little bit with the more narrow mesh. So I'm hoping that my math calculations are going to be correct on this multicolored mesh. So what we're going to do first is kind of move this out of the way and get this wider mesh cut into my 12-inch pieces. I always use the rotary cutter to cut this mesh. It's just easier. This is my rotary cutter here that I have. I got this, it's Viscar's brand, but they sell them at Hobby Lobby and at Joann's. And I don't use a ruler or anything. I just kind of eyeball it and use my little cutting mat here and just cut along. Toss that one to the side and unroll another piece here. Keep your fingers back. I've been known to nick myself a time or two. Okay, so I'm going to get all of this cut and I will meet you back. Okay, so my math was pretty correct. This last piece was a little bit longer than 12 inches, and but I did get 18 12-inch pieces out of this. So now what we need to do is, I'm going to close this up so that I can't cut myself. I do have a bunch of pipe cleaners here. I keep them in a little shoebox. And I think probably Looking to see if I just go with the green ones. And I'll need 9. There we go. Alright. I usually cut these in half to use them on my forms so that, because they are pretty long, so I'm going to fold each one in half to find the center. You know what? I think this time, I may leave them long. I was just sitting here thinking, because with me doing the multi-layers of the deco mesh, I think I'm going to leave them long and then just cut them down at the end when I'm finished. Okay. So we have 6 sections on the wreath, and we're going to put 3 pipe cleaners on each section. So when I refer to a section, I mean, you know, from this vertical line to this vertical line. So I'm going to do 2 on, and what I have found is if I do it around 2, this wreath form has 4 lines. I'm going to do my pipe cleaner around the 2 outside, and it stays a little better when it doesn't slide near as much. See how it's not sliding around as much? I almost forgot that. So we're going to do 2 there and 1 on the bottom 2 pieces for our 3. So 1 in the middle on the bottom 2 circles, and 2 each around the top 2 circles. So that way, see, we have 3 on each section. So now we're going to go to this section, and again we're going to do, just twist them around a couple times, just enough to hold it on. The bottom 2 circles here, and then again the top 2 circles again. Okay. All right. And just keep going around until we have all of them done. Okay, so now we have all of our sections here done. And I'm just going to kind of straighten the pipe cleaners back up because my arms kind of got them bent all kerswackety here. All right, and so what we're going to do now is we're going to take, I kind of set this off to the side just so I can show you. So here's my 12-inch piece of the mesh. So I'm going to turn it where the finished edges are on the sides and the cut edges are top to bottom, and I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to start pinching the mesh up and just squishing it in the middle, just like that. They're just going to squish it and kind of have a little bit of a ruffle here on each side. And then we're just going to take our little pipe cleaner here and put that down and twist it on. It's going to look a little funny at first, but when we start getting all of them on, then we can kind of arrange a little bit. So now we're going to take another one, pinch it up the middle, attach it here. Okay. So there's 2 pieces there. sections. We're going to take this one. This striped mesh is nice when you're pinching to kind of know you're kind of staying in the middle. You can kind of follow that middle white stripe there. And I just kind of twist it just a couple times on itself to, there we go, and see, really with just 3 little pieces of the mesh, it's starting to look kind of full. And when we add the other things on top, it's going to look even more full. And I did buy this little door hanger from Dollar Tree. And my plan is I'm going to cut it apart because it's just attached on the back with this piece of ribbon and some tape. I'm going to take that ribbon off and separate each one of these pieces. And I'm going to attach the little hat kind of at the top of the wreath, and then put a couple of the shamrocks in the other sections of the wreath on top of the mesh. So we'll do that last. So we just need to continue on around here, ruffling up our mesh. I really enjoy, oh, sorry about that. I really enjoy decorating my house for the different holidays, and it's a lot of fun. So I usually just do a few touches. For shamrocks, I do have some decorations, and then I sprinkle in springtime decorations as well with my shamrocks. I don't have a whole lot of St. Patrick's Day decorations. Okay, and then just kind of stick it on there and just kind of fluff the edges there. That's all I'm doing. There we go. So just kind of stick it on and then kind of flip the edges. And then turn. Grab our next piece. Scrunch it. After a while, your fingers get a little raw rubbing against the mesh. I don't think I could make several of these in one sitting, because I think my fingers would just be raw. Sorry about that. I keep bumping my camera. Trying to stay in the frame and there we go. So I am part of a social sorority called Beta Sigma Phi. They're an international sorority, and we raise money for our different charities that we select. We have a citywide chapters here in my town, and last night we had our annual Sweetheart Ball. And the Sweetheart Ball is a time to get together and dress fancy and dance, but we also use it as an opportunity to raise money for our charity. And the local charity that we picked this year is called Against All Odds, and they raise money to help with girls who are going through the foster care system. As soon as they turn 18, they're released into the wild, so to speak, of adulthood as soon as they turn 18. And many times they aren't equipped to know how to navigate adulthood when they're 18. As soon as they turn 18, many of them don't have driver's licenses and things as simple as that. A lot of things that we take for granted that we might know, and those that have gone through traumatic experiences, which most of them have, plays a role in it as well. Well, this charity that we're sponsoring this year to raise money for helps give the girls some transition housing and different workshops and things on how to budget and how to get a driver's license if they don't have one, to help them get a license so they can drive to work and things like that. So anyway, we had a good time last night at our ball. My dress was hunter green, so kind of going with the green theme. It's really warming up today. It's beautiful outside today. I tell you what, we had an Arctic blast last week, and it was cold, y'all. We are not used to being in the negative temperatures, and I woke up one day last week and it was -2, and with the wind chill of -17. Which is really cold for this Texan here. Did I get all 3? Yep, I didn't skip one. All right, last section here. One more. Okay, so you see it's already kind of looking a little pretty full. Very all right, so we've got all of our pieces on, and it's starting to look pretty full. What I want to do is take this piece, I'm going to set this off to the side here. And let's take this piece, and see, these are just kind of little tape, so I'm just coming apart real easy here. There we go. All right. So we've got 4 shamrocks and a little hat that says welcome. I think what I want to do is decide, I think I want the little welcome to be up here, and I think I'm going to put my pipe cleaner through that hole there, like that, on that piece. Let's get him out of the way here. And I don't think I'm going to need this little ribbon here, so let me grab a pair of scissors. We're going to cut that little ribbon off. There we go. Alright. So I'm trying to set this to where we kind of set it up where we could kind of see, but no, I don't think I like that. Let's do this differently here. Thought maybe it might stick up enough where okay, I'll show you what we're gonna do. I think I'm gonna attach it right here on the kind of the main part of the wreath and let this piece kind of ruffle up above it. And I'll show you what it looks like here. Just, we're going to attach it kind of like that. So what I need to do is I'm going to take another pipe cleaner and I'm going to attach it to the back piece here, and I don't even thought about hot gluing it, but you know, I think I'm just going to use a piece of duct tape. Alright, so we're just going to take a piece of this duct tape here. Make sure it's stuck good. And it's right here by that post, so that's good. So we're just going to try to figure out a way to attach it here. So it kind of stays around that post there, so kind of around the wreath form up and down, and then take each piece here and wind it around this so that it doesn't shift side to side. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that's what we wanted. Okay, so now we'll just kind of take our mesh piece here and no, I don't want to do that because then you can't see the welcome. hide these little pipe cleaners. We don't want them sticking out so much. So I think, and I want that kind of off to the side there. And then we'll take our other shamrocks, and I think I'm just gonna put 3. Like one here, here, and here. Maybe about like that. I think that's where those will go. Okay, let's put those back. See where they're gonna go here. Maybe just 2. With that little welcome. And then I can do a cluster there and there. So probably 1, 2, 3 clusters of the other mesh. All right. So when I say the other mesh, I'm talking about these, the smaller. We have the green and the white. And we can get by with just 10-inch pieces of these. I'm gonna lay them on top of each other so I can cut them both at the same time. I'm gonna set this wreath off to the side here so I can have room to, and that was my rotary cutter, but it was tape. Okay. And 10-inch. We just need 3. And we're just eyeballing it. We're not doing this exact, but getting it pretty close. Okay. There we go. All right, now with these smaller pieces, what we're gonna do is I'm doing the roll method on those. And so with the roll method, how it kind of curls up on its own here like this. So we're just gonna roll it onto itself, just let it do that, but we're going to roll it a little bit tighter, and then we're going to pinch it right here in the middle, and we're going to do the same thing with this little white piece. Just kind of roll it up like this. We're going to do that. We're going to bring our wreath form back. And I believe I'm gonna do, let's see here. I may end up doing a few more of these clusters. I was thinking I just wanted 3, but I might do more. I'm gonna stick it to, attach it to this one right here. Okay. So just adds that, and then I have to do a couple more. Let's see. Whoops. Attached, stuck to the bottom of the wreath. All right, so let's curl up our second set here. And this green and this white I got from Dollar Tree. I have had it for a while, but I did see this green. It's out right now with the Easter stuff and the Easter colors. There's a little bit of a lime green, so they have the white right now too. Okay, and then one more. I may end up adding another one. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, roll it. And roll it. The white one didn't get rolled as tightly. We'll stick it right here on this one. Where this green mesh is kind of coming apart here. These little strings off. There we go. All right, now let's take a look and see. Cluster that we need to add. I think I need to get rid of some of the pipe cleaners so I can assess, but I was just afraid to cut them off yet, just in case I wanted them to add. All right, so now the next thing we're going to add is some of this mesh tubing. And I like the way these look. So you just kind of, I do them kind of like a bow. But I'll do like 4 loops here and then cut a tail like this. And I'm going to attach it into the middle, starting off at the middle of this same little cluster here. So it just kind of adds that. Just kind of fluff the little circles there. I'm going to cut the tails of the pipe cleaner off, and we're just going to kind of push those down where they're just not so visible there. Cut that pipe cleaner off also. Just leave him the way he is. All right, let's see here. You can kind of shift around. I think this is where I'm going to attach this shamrock is right here. So need to get another pipe cleaner and the duct tape. And just attach it here kind of in the middle. And this is the one we want to kind of just do it over the top. So I'm going to go ahead and trim these here. So we're just going to kind of go right over the top of that bunch right there. Just twisting those together there. Right. I think we're not going to need those. So trim those away. And I don't know. Don't think I'll need these either. Okay, so now we're going to attach this one here to this other piece of shamrock here. Cut those off and put this one right here. Well, I'm trying to, there we go. And I want it in the blank spot, but I also don't want it so flat that it kind of gets lost there. There we go. All right, so we need to add, all right, let's cut those off right there. And we'll cut these off. Okay, so we're starting to get almost finished here. Let's cut these off. Okay, so we still need to add our other go. All right, so we need another set of a bow here. So we'll get our tubing and just kind of make some loops again. Oh, let's try that again. So just kind of eyeball it and do 4 loops and a couple tails. And my scissors are under my wreath here. Add that to where we added the other mesh here. Give it a couple twists. Cut the ends off. There we go. All right. Kind of push that back a little bit. That kind of hides that pipe cleaner a little bit. There we go. All right, so now we need to start cutting some pipe cleaners off up here, don't we? Let's get our other bow thing up here at the top with our other cluster that we've already made. Where'd my end go? There it is. So again, we're gonna just eyeball our loops here. 4 loops. And cut the tail. And add it to the cluster. Cut those off. this off. Now it's coming right along. I think we might so we can just kind of do some fluff in here. I was trying to decide if I wanted to do another little bow up here by the welcome leprechaun hat or not. I guess I can go ahead and cut these off and take a look, and if I want to add some back, I can always take one of these cut off pieces of pipe cleaner and use it to add something back in. Let me turn this around so I can see back up in here. Come on. There we go. Last one here. Okay. There we go. I think that's going to be pretty good. So I want to say that that's probably the way where it's going to stay here, and I'll insert a picture of it hanging on my front door. Thank y'all so much for coming along with me as I made this wreath for my front door, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. God bless.